I have been saying this for years. Whenever you get an invitation to go overseas to a party or to a gathering that seems too good to be true, don't do it. You're never going to come back. Stay where you are, where it's safe. The Invitation, released in 2022 and is directed by Jessica M. Thompson, who has also directed the film The Light of the Moon. And this film is starring Natalie Emmanuel, Thomas Doherty, Stephanie Corneliuson, Elena Bowden, Keir Skinner, and Sean Pertwee, who can't get away from being a butler in a huge mansion. I got confused so many different times watching this movie. One, mainly because I have COVID right now and I was kind of just going in and out of consciousness. But two, he's also Alfred in the TV show Gotham, or was the Alfred in that TV show. My God, what a miss that show was, right? But the reason why we're talking about The Invitation today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my long-term subscribers and contributors of this channel. Name the Stars. You strike again with a really great recommendation, a film that I have never heard of before, but whenever we get into these goth vampiristic tales, I kind of get intrigued. And then you got a whole bunch of just beautiful people on screen, and yeah, I'm suckered into it. So if anyone else out there also wants to be like Name the Stars and help contribute and support me, and you have a movie recommendation you want to send my way, select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with Name the Stars here. And Name the Stars, I hope you're okay. This is a bulk reviewing that I'm doing of a whole bunch of films that I watched while I've had COVID, so my voice is not the best. I'm trying to get through all of these pretty quickly just because I need something to do. I gotta edit some things. I gotta do something. Gotta do something here. Evie Jackson is a struggling artist in New York City, and I'm sure she's the only one, trust me. But one day she takes a DNA test and discovers that she is a long-lost relative of a famous family in Europe that has a whole lot of money. And she receives the invitation to go visit the mansion during the weekend of a very famous wedding. And while there, she is infatuated with the lord of the house, Mr. Deville, and is throwing in a lot of American culture into this British place. But something seems off in this gigantic mansion, and the dark, cruel secrets that it holds starts revealing themselves. And I think I've spoiled it a little bit already, but yeah, there's vampires in here. Of course there are. There's a whole bunch of beautiful frickin' people in this movie. Thomas Doherty is fucking sexy as hell in this film. Like, I consider myself a heterosexual straight male, but my God, if he talked to me how he was talking to Evie in this film, all that stuff goes out the window in my book. So, you know, something's going to happen with sacrifices and vampire blood sucking and drinking. Something's off here. And you know there's something off when she is nice, safe here in America, and then this foreigner comes over, one of her long-lost cousins, like, oh, you should come over to the wedding, even though I just met you, and like we've never heard about you for several years, but yeah, you should come over to England. Everything will be paid for you. Do you have like any ties here in America? Do you have any family, boyfriend, kids? Do you have parents still alive? Oh, you don't have any of that? Okay, well, I'm sure someone will miss you if we take you over to Europe. I mean, come on. Don't ever do that, kids. Stay here where it's safe. Never travel internationally. Have you seen the movie Midsommar? And Evie, who is played by Natalie Emmanuel, she is our main character. She is on screen for, I want to say, 95% of the time. And I think she has a pretty good American accent. She takes her voice into the lower register, like she's talking a lot in vocal fry. And a lot of actors do that to help them get into a certain accent. I know Tom Holland, he raises his pitch a lot whenever he does the Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly impersonation, whenever he does Peter Parker. So here she is very British in real life, but as the character of Evie, she takes her register down into that vocal fry, and she's talking with a very deliberate American accent that everyone can hear. Either that, or maybe she has COVID, because that's kind of what I'm sounding like right now. But I liked her. I like this Evie character. She is not taking any shit from anyone. When the butler is looking at her a certain way, or is telling her how things are typically done in this place, she's like, no, you're treating that maid like shit. Stop it, you dick. I like that. I appreciate that. Now, the biggest downfall that this film has for me is that it relies, like a whole bunch of horror films nowadays where they can't really come up with anything original. It relies a lot on the jump scare. A bird flies into a window, or we hover over a lingering fireplace and then something pops out from the side. All jump scares that we have seen countless times before. It's nothing special here. And when we get to vampiric lore, it's a lot of the same stuff we've seen in here. Some stuff they retcon. They're like, no. People talk about that, but that doesn't happen here. And once everything is revealed and we get into Act 3 and we're getting into that climax, one of the vampires just starts spouting off everything about their kind and all things that someone would need to know of how to kill them, because they're talking about being immortal. Well, we can't be killed unless we're beheaded or set aflame, or if a certain someone is killed and then all of us die. You know, just random things that you were asking about. Oh, you didn't ask that? Oh, I just spouted that off the top of my head, just out of nowhere? Silly me. Very Deus Ex exposition information stuff that I'm looking for, so thank you very much for that. Some plot twists and turns here and there. You could see that coming a mile away, and it's definitely on the weaker side when it comes to this film, but a lot of the aesthetic I love. I love the atmosphere, I love this mansion, and I do love these performances. Nathalie Emmanuel, I think, is great in this film, and then Thomas Doherty. He is just a freaking gorgeous human and very, very charming. He plays this part well. And as you can hear, my voice is going very much like Evie's voice does throughout this entire film, so I'm going to cut this review short. All these micro reviews that I'm trying to do during this whole COVID time, it sucks. But you know what? It's giving me something to do. I'm going to give The Invitation 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
So guys, have you seen The Invitation? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.